Hey guys, and welcome back to CB Fire TV. What the Lord is saying in this time, in this season, is that there has been and that there is a shift that is happening on the earth that people do not even know is happening. They have become insensitive to it. He went on to say that the attacks on people have increased. The attacks on their mental state, their physical state, their emotional state have increased, causing his people to be unstable. People are unstable in their mind. People are unstable in their health. He went on to say that the showmanship in the land has increased also, that the deception has increased, that people do not even know what is right and what is wrong anymore. The Lord then went on to explain to me that there has been a loss in communication between him and his people. There has been a loss in people knowing his presence, in people knowing his voice. And what he was saying is, because there has been a loss in communication, there has been a loss in hearing my voice, there has been a loss in my presence. People have moved outside of my timing and moved when I have told them to stay, and in doing that they have caused themselves to become endangered. They are in danger of harming themselves. They're in danger of having their future stripped away from them because they have moved outside of my timing. He was saying that people are trying to operate in new seasons. They're trying to operate in new seasons with old season strategies, with expired information, with expired strategies. And because that is happening, my people are now struggling. My people are in seasons and they cannot operate properly because they have not come back to me. They have not come back to speak to me about what is happening in this new season, what the requirement of the new season is, what they don't understand that they are still living off old season strategies. So they're actually living in the past when there are new strategies that need to be implemented on the earth. There are new things that I want to give them for this new season. But because there has been a loss in communication and my presence, that the people do not even know what they are doing. He was saying that people have moved into things that I have not commissioned them to do. They have moved outside of their office. They have moved outside of their jurisdiction. They have moved outside what I have called them to do. And in doing that, they once again have endangered themselves. They have caused their life to be harder. That's why some people are getting frequent attacks and feel like life has been drained from them properly because they haven't prepared themselves properly to go into what is it God has called them to go into, because they moved into what they think, what they thought they should have, or what they wanted to go into. What else the Lord was saying was that we have become once a week people with him. We only know him once a week. We only conversate with him once a week. We only worship him once a week. When the Lord is calling us to worship and to have conversations with him and to pray every single day, because he wants to know your heart, but he wants us to know his heart also. He wants us to know what he's thinking. He wants us to act in obedience. He wants us to do things for him that will bring glory to him. He wants us to help people and speak life into people. One of the things the Lord was saying to me was that when we go to church on a Sunday, we try and hit heights that we haven't been to before. We try and hit levels that we haven't experienced because during the week we haven't worshipped, we haven't spent time with God. So we don't actually know what he wants. All we do is we go and we hope. We hope this is what he wants. When God actually, if you ask him, there is things that he wants us to do. Our relationship with God is not once a week. Our relationship with God is every single day. And what happens is people go through weeks on weeks on weeks, struggling with the same thing, going through the same cycles. The Lord is calling for communication towers to be rebuilt again. He's calling for people to be sensitive to his spirit again. He wants to have that relationship where we can freely talk. The same way some of us talk to our family members, the same way some of us talk to our friends, is the same way God wants to talk to us. Because he wants us to know information. He wants us to know where to go, what to do, how to be effective, how to implement new strategies, how to implement new information onto the earth. But there has been a loss in communication, and the Lord is saying in this time that he is rebuilding. He wants people to rebuild their towers. He wants people to rebuild their connection with him. He wants people to rebuild their sensitivity to him and to his voice. So in this time, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like you can't move, if you feel like you're struggling, if you feel like you're under attack, then cry out to God. The Lord was saying to me that if people cry out to me, I will respond to them in this season. But they have to call on my name. They need to call on me. And I will show them where to go. I will show them how they can move out of that situation and into a new situation. But there are a lot of us that are not willing to learn lessons also. So we are in a place and God wants us to learn, but we are not learning. We are too busy fighting everything and everyone. And the Lord is saying, stop fighting, but ask me what you should do. Ask me where you should go. Ask me how you should do. Ask me how you should be effective. So I hope this has helped you about what God is saying in this time, in this season, and what's going on with you. And I pray that the Lord shows himself, and he will show himself if you ask. So I hope you've been blessed by this video, and we'll see you next week.